We are now moving on to additional trash pulls. We just downed a boss a couple minutes ago, or actually about a minute ago. And this should be an AoE pull. We have a lot of non-elite mobs, non-elite casters. Unless we're going to go this way. Okay, we're going to skip them. I take that back. There are a couple of ways you can get to the next boss, and this is the alternate way. That more parties will take the other route than this one. Okay, there's a berserker, and I think what they're going to do is try to reset it. Maybe. Yeah, looks like they reset it. That's another little trick you can do in Zul'Gurub, is if you don't want to fight. I don't know why parties don't kill it. It gives you a nice, like, this sack that has nice stuff in it. Okay, looks like we're going to pull these. Okay, I'm actually going to open up with Flame Strike, Range Freeze, Cone of Cold. Okay. Really want that Cone of Cold like that. The AoE rotation for Frost Mages really revolves a lot around, you can either use Blizzard, or you can try to hit as many targets as possible while they're frozen with a Cone of Cold, and that is some huge burst DPS if you manage to land that. Okay, we're moving on to one of these ranged mobs here. Okay, let's get our Frostfire Orb up. Range Freeze, Deep Freeze, go back to okay, pulled aggro. Unfortunately, I'm going to invis out, and then go back to our rotation. Anytime you pull aggro like that, you can wipe aggro with invisibility. It's a nice spell to have just for that reason. Okay, we're moving on to some other trash pulls. This will be a combination of an AoE rotation and a single target rotation. I'll primarily do a single target rotation on the humanoid and then use Cone of Cold if the others are in range. Okay, they're not in range, so this is going to be a single target rotation from back here. Okay, let's get in close. Deep Freeze, that actually froze him because he's not immune to stuns. Now we're going to switch to a single target rotation, Frostfire Orb, and switch over. Okay, and there we go. Let's get a little bit of mana, and then we're going to use some crowd control. I'm going to crowd control the one in the back, so I'm going to set focus to him, and then this will probably be just another single target rotation. There just aren't enough to... I'm not sure what he means by don't pile up here. Okay, let's wait and see who's attacking what. Okay, it looks like they're attacking him first. It's a lot smarter to just pull them down to the area over here where my cursor is. Okay, so we're gonna focus fire him next. Okay. I resheep, it's probably gonna break. Is it gonna break? Yeah, it's gonna break. This is, okay, let's interrupt that. This is a pretty chaotic pull, as you can see. Okay, range freeze getting close, Cone of Cold, couple ice lances like that. Go back to spamming Frostbolt. There's a Frostfire Orb. Let's freeze him. Actually, he's gonna... Okay. And there we go. Okay, we are now on the boss, High Priestess Kilnara. This is in Zul'Gurub. This is actually one of the kind of one of the harder bosses in my opinion. There's a lot of stuff going on. There are ads that randomly attack everyone, and she also does a fairly damaging AoE attack that you have to interrupt. I'm actually going to set focus to her to see if it's possible. Sometimes if it's possible to interrupt, I forget the name of the attack, but if you can interrupt it, it can save your party some damage. Okay, so as soon as our tank is ready, we can begin the pull. Okay, any moment now we're going to go ahead and start. Okay, and here we go. We're opening the pull up. Let's interrupt that. Range freeze. We have our Ice Lance charges. We don't want to hit the boss too much with them. Instead, what we want to do is focus on burning the ads as fast as possible and staying kind of away from the boss. Okay, I can't interrupt. It's called Tears of Blood. If somebody, wow, yeah, if somebody interrupts it, it'll save us some damage. We're going to switch it back to a... I'm actually just doing a single target rotation on the Panthers like this. Occasionally making use of Cone of Cold like that. Range freeze. Let's burn. Okay. I've got the bot. Okay. Actually, I just interrupted a Shadow Bolt. Tears of Blood is really what you want to interrupt. Okay, let's go back to our single target rotation on these. Let's blink to the other side. Get another Ice Lance in. Burn it down from range. I'm also keeping my eye on my counter spell cooldown, and the reason why, so that I can interrupt. Let's see. Waiting for Tears of Blood. Yeah, I don't see it, so I'm going to go back to. Hey, there we go. Just interrupted it. Okay, Ice Lance, Ice Lance. Let's get our Frostfire Orb up. Let's get our Ice Barrier up. Go back to our single target rotation. I'm actually going to deep freeze the boss. Range freeze. Get a couple more Ice Lances in from range. Frostfire Bolt. Okay, now from this point on, it's pretty much tank and spank, so we're pretty much done with her. Just got to burn her down as fast as possible. Okay, yeah, your DPS as a Frost Mage really depends on lucking out and getting a lot of Ice Lance procs. And you may find that sometimes in your rotation, your DPS drops and you just simply don't get enough procs. Like you may have to cast very weak Frost Bolts 2 or 3 times in a row before you get a proc. Anyway, that is the boss. I forgot her name, but she's dead.